voyage was sailing and searching for treasures. He was told by the Puerto Rican natives that he'd find an island to the north called Bimini, and on the island of Bimini was supposed to be the Fountain of Youth. That fountain had fruit trees surrounding it with golden fruit on the branches. There were beautiful maidens that would pluck that fruit and feed it to you, and if you drank from the water, you'd not only stop aging, you'd age backwards and get young again. Now that is just what Ponce needed after losing his job. But you know, he missed the island of Bimini. He sailed right by it, ended up landing here, Easter Sunday, 1513. There were wild flowers that were blooming all over the place at the landing site, and it reminded Ponce of an Easter celebration back in Spain called Pascua de Flores, which literally means a feast of flowers. So Ponce named the place after the flowers. He did not discover Florida, though. There were already 100,000 Native Americans here when he arrived. But Ponce did discover something rather important for Spain, and it was the Gulf Stream. The Gulf Stream is a rapidly moving current of water just off our coast that would slingshot those treasure ships back to Spain in half the time. Treasure ships were laden with gold and silver, like you'd imagine, but they also had spices on board and every pirate's favorite food, chocolate. That's what us pirates were after. You can't eat the gold or silver. It's chocolate and the rum. Those were the true treasures. Now, if you look out here to the left, you see the great cross over the tops of the trees. It marks the landing site of Pedro Menendez. September 8, 1565. Pedro Menendez was sent here with 3 orders by King Philip II. Number 1, get rid of the French. There was a French settlement that got started up near present-day Jacksonville. Send it, take them out. Order number 2 for Pedro was to settle the place once and for all for Spain. And the 3rd order was completely outside his job description. Pedro was given the task of converting the Native Americans to Christianity. So he brought his friend, Father Francis Lopez, with for that task. It was Father Francis when he came ashore, he made a cross out of palm rocks. Pedro then arrived. Pedro marched up to the cross. He knelt down before it and kissed it. There was a lot of ceremony going on at the same time. There were cannons going off, muskets blasting, flags unfurled. There was an Indian village watching from the trees, and they were so intrigued with what they saw, they did not feel threatened at all. In fact, they wanted to make friends. The way they chose to make friends was by imitating Pedro Menendez. They marched up to the cross in a line. One by one, they knelt down before and kissed it. They became instant friends that day. They celebrated a meal together. This was a meal of Thanksgiving that was celebrated 55 years before the Pilgrims would even arrive at Plymouth Rock. After about 12 days, Pedro marched his troops north. He had to go through a hurricane. He found Fort Caroline. It was lightly guarded, and he was able to take it with ease. Then he returned here to St. Augustine, where his friends now, the Timucuan Indians, informed him of ships that had sailed south. Now Pedro realized these would be the French and they'd be back for him. But he also realized they probably wouldn't survive the hurricane in their wooden ships. So he continued his own march south, met up with 150 shipwreck survivors. He asked them all a very important question: are you Catholic? Now for Pedro Menendez, there was only one correct answer, that was yes. They said no, we are French Huguenots. And for that, they were marched behind the sand dunes in groups of 30, dispatched back to their maker with the Spanish sword in their bodies, simply cast into the bay. There was a second group of about 100 that wanted to convert. Pedro liked the answer. Took them captive for 2 days, but then realized he couldn't feed another 100 miles. The next group, they had the same demand. Now, if you look it up.